I don't know what happened. Restream just went kaput. I got the message of death. Restream can't connect. I don't know what happened. Maybe we should have used another kind of live stream action. But we're back online. So yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm just gonna run by like a post, um, like methodology that has worked for me. Basically, you start with the hook, and like I said, make it cell phone friendly. What does that mean? It means first line, five words. First sentence, space. Second line, another words. That's all you get. That's all you get on cell phone to convince, right? So you have to think of a captivating hook, right? And then you go into the body. Not too long. I mean, of course, there are there are long format posts, of course, but what I find between 12 and 15 sentences is the sweet spot. I mean, I'm or even less if you can do it in less. I know it's kind of hard to do in less, but and then a soft call to action. Now, depending on what your goal is with that particular post, right? You can really get into this by saying how you help your clients. That's like a soft call to action. Then have like a question, an opinion question, an open-ended question, right at the end, like okay, so let's take one of your posts, Grant, for instance, right? Okay, so what would be a key pain point a, a person wanting international like influence over international companies wanting to seek more opportunities down that line? What would be a major pain point for them in your niche?
Not understanding how LinkedIn works.
Okay, okay, good. Okay,
Mhm.
so perfect. So can you express that, Grant, or I mean, just brainstorming? Can you express that in 5 words, right? Or
Mm,
if
mhm,
it's like short words, it can be like 6 or 7. Like design a hook, a good hook.
mhm,
Maybe
mhm.
not not understanding how to leverage LinkedIn, or not confused when on LinkedIn, and then
Absolutely. Yeah.
right, confused when on LinkedIn can be the first line, right? And
Mhm,
then
mhm.
the second line, you want to give them hope, right? You want to give them,
Absolutely.
don't worry, I'm here. Or confused when using LinkedIn, here are some killer tips. Well, it doesn't have to be that way,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Like you want to give them like real um, hope. Or
Mhm.
confused when on LinkedIn, it doesn't have to be that way.
Totally.
That's a good
Totally.
hook, right? That's a good hook,
Mhm,
right? And then that
mhm,
will stimulate especially, I mean, your network is loyal because you built the community, and they'll probably,
mhm,
um, those in your network that are kind of like on the borderline of working with you, they'll read it for sure. But
mhm,
those
mhm,
second and third connections will read it because you hit a nerve point, right, with that. And then
mhm.
what you can do is you can do a listicle, or a list, right?
Sure,
What
sure.
you are doing wrong, maybe 5 or 7 points with the X. You're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong,
Yeah,
this
and
wrong.
then check what to do instead.
Exactly. No, and then you check what you help your clients with. What I help my clients with is this. Oh yeah,
Mhm,
exactly,
mhm,
like that format. But before you do it, what I help my clients with is check mark, and it's the opposite of that list, right?
mhm, mhm.
And then and then you can either end that with a soft CTA, like message a short line if you're interested to know more, or you can just end with an engagement question, because really those words, how I help my clients, is a soft CTA, right?
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, you're
Yeah,
really showing your expertise on that, right? So
yeah, yeah.
that's how you would really, really captivate the audience with cr- a post creation like that, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm,
then the DM strategy, right? What to do in the DM strategy. Okay, first of all, well, get to know the person, right? Let's say with a soft connection message, right? And then what you want to do is you want to really focus on building a relationship, especially like if you've
mhm,
known a
mhm,
person for a long time and they interact with your content and stuff, and their degree connection, well, you know them, right? So you can take
mhm,
liberties, but a person that you want to connect with, like that you haven't heard of before, but their profile is awesome and you want to connect because they might be a prospect or even
mhm,
support you in your journey. um, you can just send them a low friction connection message. um, just say, I really, if they have content, sometimes they don't have content, but for me, I usually connect with people who are active on LinkedIn
of
somewhat,
course,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Right, like, I mean, some people like to connect with people who are inactive on LinkedIn because they have other avenues of contacting them. But for
mhm,
me, I'm just gonna give you like my example of doing this, right?
sure,
Like for instance, um, I'm constant varying my connection with different people based on their profile. It's called hyper personalization. You find pinpoint an interesting thing on their profile that you identify with, or
mhm,
you just comment on their post, right? It's like, I really enjoyed your post about da 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 da. Would love to know more about what you do. Let's connect. If that's what you would normally do, right? No pressure, no nothing, you
mhm,
know.
mhm,
I mean, if they don't normally do that, they won't connect. But if they do normally do that, they'll connect, right? Just to, I mean, and I notice that my it's like, well, people actually, I get like 15 incoming per week, but then using this strategy, I'm getting an extra 15, so that's 30 people a week that I'm connecting with. And
mhm, mhm,
and it's like connection rate almost like 95%.
mhm,
So
mhm,
once you know how to connect with them, once you know how to do it, then DMs become a lot more easier, right?
sure, sure,
And not like centering on a pressure, right? Just have a conversation with them at first. So how are things in your city? Oh, wonderful. Da, 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 right? Of course, you don't want a small talk all the time, but just get to know them, and by all means, wait for a response. If they don't respond back, you don't respond back. I mean, if they
mhm,
respond back, well, then take some time. If you're busy at that moment, it's okay. Take take a day or two, right? If you're busy at that moment, because
mhm,
sometimes our LinkedIn mailboxes are get like full, right? And take a damn it. Like for instance, I messaged a prospect back in May, and he didn't get back to me until right now. He said that he had trouble, like his daughter was going through some tough times with medication stuff. So I said no problem, and then but I didn't message him back.
mhm,
He's the one who got back with me. So you have to show exclusivity in your brand. You do that by not being available 24/7 for your clients or for your potential clients. And that really shows that's using psychology 101, right? I mean, just look at all these exclusive brands of bags and stuff like Hermes, like $50,000, and Gucci and whatever, right? They're not there like pressuring people. People come to them and buy, you know? So, I mean, just think of all these like building an exclusive brand from the beginning, and then everything will follow suit. Um, don't don't be available 24/7 for your clients or for your. Take some time. If you're busy, if you have a moment, do it. But if you're busy, don't message them back right away. It's okay not to message them back right away. Of course, depending on the circumstances, maybe you're talking back and forth, right? Obviously, and there, yeah, of course, right? But take a moment, right? Relax. Don't get excited, right? Like I'm working with a client right now. She gets excited and she can't wait. She's like, "Oh, like whoa, just a second, you know?" It's like um on the reins, right? So it's good that you're excited, but like again, this overexcitement can give the impression that you're needy and desperate for the next client, right? So
Totally.
yeah, so it's all about that, and what not to do and what to do on a sales call. First of all, let's say if you get to know them in the DMs, right? Spend some time with them, get to know them again. I mean, you're on a sales call. I mean, a sales call is not straight to okay. We're here to do this. Questions, answer, question, answer. Do you want to buy my services? No. Get to know them. Spend 5 to 7 minutes just talking about like what they like to do on vacation, what they like to do on, you know, like not overly personal stuff, but just shoot the breeze with them, and a- and that's personal stuff you can use later on when trying to commit them to your services. Be fully present and actively listen, right? First of all, connect. Find out why they were attracted to you in the first place. Oh, because then this kind of sorts out their feelings of why they reached out to you in the first place, right? And then when they mention a problem or challenge, don't say, okay, yeah, I understand that, and move on to the next question. No, dig deeper. Say, oh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. So why do you really feel this way in this situation? All because of this, all because of that. It only takes about one or two questions to dig deep, and then that's it. And then once you're done with that, the costs of inaction questions, right? Costs of inaction questions are supremely important. It's like, so, like just an example of this, you can say, so you shared these challenges. What kind of an impact would that have on your life or on your professional life if these problems don't get solved in like 3 to 4 months down the line? So that's short term goals. And then if you want, you can do long term goals. Just instead of 3 or 4 months, you could go 5 or 6 years, right? So, so really digging deep and really considering the impacts that's going to happen if they don't get the help that they need. You know, it's really, really impactful, and you could see it on their faces, right? I mean, the moment you get into these questions, you could see it on their faces, like the impact you have, like really thinking and really taking to heart what you say, right? And it
Hmm.
establishes
Hmm.
you more as a expert, right?
Yes.
And then when talking about, um, like for instance, when talking about their goals, of course, it's not going to be about money, right? Obviously. Um, and I've had some prospect. Well, it's not only about the money. Consider a range of money of what they would like to make. in their business or as a professional, right? Or just say, so, I mean, if you don't really mind me asking this, I know that sometimes it's a touchy situation. What kind of range were you looking to make in the next, let's say, 3 or 5 months down the line? Like, do you have a salary range? Because typically, people who work with me make like 30 to 40% more. I'm just trying to understand that. And then the majority give a range. Okay, so why do you think you haven't been able to accomplish that now?
Mhm.
What would
Mhm.
that mean? What would that extra income mean for you and your family, right?
Mhm.
This oh, oh yeah, you said that you like to go on vacation. Would you be able to create more memories going on vacation more? Of course.
Mhm.
Maybe instead of once a year you go twice a year. Would that impact your family life? Of course, right? So this really psychologically gets them to think, number one, gets them to think that your services will help them achieve that because
Mhm.
you're asking the
Mhm.
questions,
Mhm.
right? So, yeah, I mean, that's about it for what I had. So what do you think about all of this discussion today, Grant?
Yeah, it was great. I really hope the people who either saw it, are watching live, or will see it later get good value out of this. And yeah, and of course, guys, Jordan and I, we decided that we're not going to pitch you anything on this call. We just wanted to give some insight, give some value, but we're
Mhm.
happy to help you. We're both just a DM away. And
Yeah,
especially for the people in our networks, we know you guys. We want to see you become successful, sincerely.
yeah, for sure. And so yeah, I mean, feel free, no pressure, no no sales pitches to DM either one of us, and
Mhm.
just shoot the breeze, and maybe a coffee chat. I mean, here and there. I mean, it's okay, I mean, I'm available to that. I mean, no pitchy business. Don't worry, I'm not into that.
Mhm.
Um, just like straight up value and straight up help. Anything that we can do for you, let us know, and we will try our best to um, uh, get back to you. So, thank you so much, guys. Once again, I'm sorry for the. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. The live stream got ended, but we got back on here, and we gave a little bit of value. So, just one last question, Grant. So, particularly about mistakes, maybe we can end with this question. What, in your experience, I mean, you see coaches, right? Obviously, but of
Mhm.
course, don't mention any names.
Of course, of course.
If it's me, I'll know.
Mhm. Mhm.
What are or maybe professionals, what do you see, like, what things are they doing wrong, like what mistakes are they making?
Sure, I'll give one very specific
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
like I said, let's go deep on one thing.
yeah,
You mentioned that I have good videos earlier.
yeah.
I get a lot of inquiries. Whether they're booking a call with me, whether they sign up, whether they send me a message back because they saw one of my videos.
Mhm.
I think being good on camera is an incredibly underrated skill. And I see a lot of coaches talking about very impactful things. And I'm assuming that they're passionate about it, but you don't get that from the way that they're speaking. Like when they're filming their videos, it's very obvious. Their eyes are like over here. They're reading something they wrote down earlier. It's robotic, it's emotionless. look at the camera, speak how you would want a mentor helping you to speak. And the passion you have and the insight you have, it should be shown not just with what you say, but also how you say it.
Mm.
So yeah,
Wow. Powerful
I,
point.
I, and
Powerful.
also nowadays with chat gpt and with all this auto generated content, video is going to be more important than ever, because anyone can copy your words, but they cannot copy the vibe you have, how you present yourself, how you speak on camera, and the quality of your video content. So I mean, this is just kind of me making a prediction, but everything's becoming so accessible. There's going to be more and
Yeah,
more generic written content. There might not be more video content, but I think video content will become more important and will become more of a differentiator for people.
exactly. Like you see these fads. I mentioned fads because they are. I'm not going to mention any creators' names, but I think the majority of people know who they are. Um, they go like, especially with PDF documents, they go overboard, like 30 or 40 pages PDF documents, like a
Yeah,
carousel,
yeah.
and people don't realize that a lot of that is AI generated. Like right
Mhm,
now, you
mhm,
can make PDF documents AI generated. A lot of that is PD. Like, if you're a creator, how long realistically is gonna take you? 40 pages of, it's gonna take you hours,
mhm,
and unless they have another person managing their content for them, right?
mhm,
But I mean, it's paramount that we recognize fads for what they are and don't follow every little thing that the sales influencers do, because they already have a following. Like uh, like Darren Gibb said in one of his lives, like they could put a happy face, they could say, oh, um, like gibberish, and oh wow, great, wow, I'm so proud of you, and they have a big following, so anything that they put would get applauded. It's
mhm,
very easy for us to follow what they do, but you gotta use your own brain. You gotta like recognize the fad for what it is, and not follow it. And that is like a mistake that I see coaches do and solopreneurs do. It's like they're just finding their own way. They're not getting the help they need, but they copy all these sales influencers with like 40 pages of of a carousel and stuff. And then when it doesn't work for them, they're like wondering why. Well, I can tell you why, because it's a fad, and a lot of content is AI generated right now. But your face is your face until they come up with clones, which I don't think they'll do anytime soon. Um,
mhm, mhm,
yeah, just be truthful to yourself. Like your brand is identity. I know, Grant, you went into this more in your presentation, and I can't thank you enough for joining us today.
mhm,
I
mhm.
know I learned a lot too. So without further ado, I think we'll end it here. And thank you so much, Grant. Any last words, Grant, or anything else you want to say?
Yeah, to all the solopreneurs watching, don't give up on the dream.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's powerful. Yeah. If you really, really think that this is the life for you, the solopreneur life, don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Get
Mhm.
the help you need, whether
Give
it's
up
sales,
on methods
marketing.
that don't work, but don't give up on the dream.
But number one is your product. I agree with you there.
Mhm.
Awesome, Grant. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Absolutely.
everybody coming. We're so sorry for the technical difficulties. I will post these two parts. It's supposed to be one part, but these two parts of the live stream on my featured section, um, on my profile, so you can readily access the replay for those of you who want to catch a replay. And we will see you later. Thank you so much, guys.
Awesome.
Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.